Welcome back to the Best Adventure Podcast. I'm Brian Sherwood, and with me today via telephone, and this is the first time doing a telephone interview, so I hope the audio quality is well. From El Paso, Texas, Andrea Gutierrez. Hi, Andrea.
Hi, Brian.
Hey. So, welcome to the podcast here, and we're going to talk a little bit about your life, your best adventure. What do you got for us?
Yeah. I have a lot of stuff to say.
Okay.
But first of all, I want to thank you for having me on.
My pleasure.
This is the first for me, so this is an adventure in itself already.
There you go. That's what I like to hear right there.
Yeah. So, I guess I'm a mom.
Okay.
I have two wonderful children. My oldest is 15.
Awesome.
And my youngest is 8. I have two, a boy and a girl.
Okay.
And it's been crazy because I had my son when I was 16. Well, I got pregnant when I was 16. So it's been kind of hard, I've been pretty much a single mom my whole life with him.
Right.
So it's, yeah. Now what I do now, though, it's nothing compared to what I was doing back then. I am a businesswoman. I own two businesses. I own a liquor store and a cleaning company out here in El Paso, Texas, Chico Town.
There you go. Those are two kind of wildly different businesses. How does that happen?
4 years ago, I was living in Colorado.
Okay.
And I was just doing the normal stuff, working from home because I really didn't have a sitter for my child or for my children. And I started working from home. And a cousin of mine came up to me and said, "Hey, would you like to open a cleaning company with me?" And I said, "Yeah." So that's what we started doing out there. And I loved it. I love the flexibility. I love the fact that I'm my own boss. I cannot work under other people. It's
Right.
just not who I am. I think that's why I'm not married.
There you go. That makes sense. Well, I mean, working for yourself, that's kind of, working for yourself and having two children is kind of like the best of both worlds for, living your best adventure right there. You get to
It could be.
Yeah, I mean, well, you get to, experience all the awesomeness and stress of being a parent and a business owner, setting yourself free and setting an example for your kids, showing them that, they can do whatever they want to do in their life. It's important.
It is. It is. I feel that I've given them a great example, being that, I was part of the statistic, growing up out here and being pregnant so young and other little things in there, along the way that should have added me to the statistics of underage pregnancies. Anyway, going back to my story. So we, started doing that, and I did that for a while. And last year, I was able to save up a good chunk of money from that. And with the stimulus and everything else, I got together with my siblings and I said, "Hey, let's open up a liquor store in El Paso because it's cheaper." And they said, "Yeah, let's do it." And we all got together, we put in our parts and we started working on it, getting all our paperwork together. And so little by little, my siblings started dropping from the business.
Okay.
And I felt obligated to move my life away from Colorado to come and take care of the liquor store here.
Okay. So did you,
And
when you originally started it, were you living in Colorado, but you started it with your siblings down in El Paso? Is that what was happening? Or did you
It
move
was my
there to start
brother.
it?
Yeah, it was my brother who was going to be the day-to-day operations manager of the whole business. He was the only one living here, and my sisters and I were living in Colorado. So we were going to split our work that way. Once in a while, every other month or whatnot, I travel out here, help him out with whatever needed whatever he needed help with, etc., etc. But it
Okay.
didn't happen that way. So I moved my whole life out here. I left everything behind, and I moved my kids, which was extremely hard for them because that's the home that they knew.
Right.
So yeah, I moved out here and pretty much started at zero.
Wow. And that was about a year ago?
About a year ago. Yeah. So
So,
I
so how are you guys doing now
honestly,
then? Are you acclimated? Kids are
um,
doing good now?
they're doing okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Obviously, we missed the life out there,
Right.
just because it was just different. It was my first time being very independent from everything and everyone.
Hmm.
And right now, I feel like they still miss it, and I do too, but they're getting used to the idea of probably just staying here
Okay.
and seeing where our life goes. They're seeing an improvement in our life where, I'm able to do a lot more things with them. Whereas before, when we first moved here, it was just limited because my whole time was to the store. I was working more than 60 hours a week,
Wow.
Monday through Saturday. I didn't have time for them. And on Sunday, all I wanted to do was just rest.
Right. Of course.
Yeah. And so I wasn't paying attention to them. And now I've been able to hire somebody to be at the store more. Now I have this cleaning business. I started it last year because I said, you know what? It was doing very well. The other business is doing very well in Colorado. Why not here? Let's try it. What do I have to lose? Nothing. And so it's going very well, I feel, for a business that just started, service business like this. I honestly thought that it wouldn't kick off because we are living right across Mexico.
Right.
And a lot of people like cheap labor. They like paying cheap labor, and they get a lot of people from Juarez to come out here and pay, a fraction of what we charge. But it looks like people are actually liking it.
Good. That's good. So you had the cleaning business was the first one, right? And when did you start your first cleaning business?
I started that, or me and my cousin started that back in 2019, I believe it was the year.
Okay. I can only imagine, but how did the pandemic situation impact that? Was it pretty negative? Like I'm assuming you go into people's houses, maybe you do businesses. I didn't
Hmm.
ask, so
Yes and no.
okay.
Um, yeah, because the business, it wasn't just residential, it was commercial as well.
Okay.
So the commercial side of it didn't stop. And that's what was obviously paying more.
Right, right.
And no, so it was okay.
That's good.
Yes, it slowed down a lot with the residential, which was okay too. I'll be honest with you. I love being home.
Right.
And so the pandemic for me was a way for me to just relax and be with my kids and take them out to the park, obviously away from people, but that's
Right.
what we would do. We'd go pick out some ice cream, and then we'd go to the, what is that lake called in Loveland? Forgot.
The Lake Loveland? Just the
Yeah,
main lake?
okay. That one, the main one, the big ass one that's there.
Yeah,
And we just sit there and we'd spend time together, and that's what we were doing.
that's
And so
awesome.
I loved it. I really, really liked being home.
Right. And do you have other people work for you for your cleaning business too, so that you can manage that from home?
Right now, yes, I do.
That's good.
So that's how I see that it's growing and that it's going well.
Of course.
Hmm.
Well, that's really, really good. I'm happy for you. So then you moved to El Paso, and that was about a year ago, and things are going better now, right? So
Hmm.
are you getting to the point to where you can spend most of your time just kind of doing the managerial stuff and kind of working more from home and having other people work for you? Are you getting to that point yet?
No,
No?
not really. No, because I don't feel, I didn't go to college for any of this.
Right.
Okay, so I don't know what I'm doing half of the time.
Do you have
why I'm
yourself,
going to sit here and lie about it.
what,
You
no,
know, I've been learning all of this along the way. I really don't know what I'm doing sometimes. And what do? I sit down, I research, I call people. I have friends, you know, that have experience doing this. And that's what I do. So no, until I know that I'm ready to walk away or take a few steps back and be able to let somebody else handle it or handle some of it for me, then at that point, yes, but no, not right now.
that's okay. It sounds like you're doing great. You're doing everything right. You know, you're reaching out, you're using the contacts that you have, and you're growing and you're teaching yourself. And while that can be a challenge and it can feel daunting at times, when you accomplish it, it feels good, right?
Oh, yes, it does. And I
See,
mean, I've accomplished something a lot of people haven't been able to. And, you know, without really knowing what the hell I'm getting myself into. Sometimes I will be honest. Sometimes I sit there and I say, what the fuck did I do?
right.
Because it's a lot of work. You know, I looked at my siblings and I'm like, you just walked away too. But you know what? I'm not a quitter. I'm
There
not
you
going to
go.
sit here and say I throw my hands up. I don't know how to do this. I didn't go to school for this. I'm quitting. That is not who I am.
That's good. Keep that up. That's what's gonna, that's what's making you strong. That's what's teaching your kids to be strong. You're doing it right. Don't let it get to you. You're doing this right, Andrea.
Thank you.
Welcome. So what else do you do? Yeah, I know
What
you're
else?
really busy with your family and your work and all that. Do you do anything fun when you get time off? Take the kids to the zoo, anything like that?
I try to. Sundays is really when I can.
Yeah.
And I usually take them to wherever time allows me to take them
Okay.
because I love to sleep.
Right.
So I wake up late sometimes,
That's
and
okay. You're a
I'll
busy
be,
lady.
yeah. I mean, even if I wasn't, my mom tells me all the time, you know, like I'd have to go and check up on you because you'd be asleep for 12 hours when you were a baby. I'd have to make sure you weren't dead.
Right.
Yeah, but I love sleeping. So I wake up late and I get myself and my kids ready and we go out and do stuff. I don't know, movies, those jumping places. Uh, we'll go to the park. They have really nice events all the time here. It's called Escalante Park.
Okay.
They always have the car shows, really nice, rad rods. They have the low riders. It's a Sunday thing here. It's more of a tradition here in El Paso where Sundays it's oldies day, and so everybody's cruising in their oldies and you know listening to oldies.
That's
it's
awesome.
it's a it's yeah, it's fun. You know, everybody's cooking out. It's pretty cool. That's one thing I'd missed about El Paso when I moved out of here. Um, but now I miss it over there, and mostly because of the mountains.
Right.
I really, really love going out and doing stuff like that with the kids and just getting away from reality, I guess.
Right. Do you have any kind of opportunity like that in El Paso?
I mean, we have mountains here, but they're not as beautiful as over there. They're
Right.
dry and there's a lot of weeds everywhere and um, nothing compared, but you know, the scenery is nice at night. You know, we have the scenic drive up in the mountains, and if you go at night, it looks very nice. There's, you know, El Paso lights, and then you have Juarez lights on the other side.
Okay.
So it's cool to see both countries. You know,
Right. Of course.
it's, yeah, it's all right. It's cool, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, being that close to the border, do you ever head over to Mexico and go do some exploring out there?
No, I
No.
don't. No, I don't. First of all, I don't have the time. And second of all, I don't know how to drive over there. The streets over there are freaking crazy.
Oh, really? I've never been
Yeah,
there, so I don't know.
yeah, you really know how to, you need to know how to drive out there to be able to get around because it's just, it's weird how their whole road system works. And um, I'm personally afraid to drive out there because not only because of that, but you know, I'm I'm a woman, and a lot of things happen to women out there.
Right. You got to protect yourself.
And yeah, I guess the last time I went was for my cousin's baby shower,
Okay.
which was fun. I hadn't seen him in a while, and it was just me and my little sister. We walked out there, and we were trying to get a drink, but it was ridiculous. It was a 2-hour wait just to go in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just
So
in
I'm like,
one
yeah.
bar, or what was this?
Yeah, it was like several bars, and there was people lined up outside, and we go up there like, hey, we just want a shot, and they're like, no, man, you gotta wait like 2 hours before you come in. Like, damn it. So we go to the baby shower. I like to drink, obviously. I have a liquor store.
Right.
And so we get to the baby shower, and I tell my cousin, hey, cuz, saca las beers, take out the beers. Can we go get some beers, man? I need a drink.
Right.
And so, yeah, so they went, and it was fun. It was fun seeing them.
Good.
And hanging around with them.
Good. So you have family down there then?
I have family all over the place, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I used to have a lot of, and I'm pretty sure I still do, Chihuahua. And,
Okay.
I miss being a kid because those were my best vacations ever.
Down to Chihuahua?
Going out there. Yeah, going to Chihuahua. Yeah, my grandma, she was freaking crazy. She really was. She was crazy, but she was fun.
Yeah.
She was a fun old lady. I really miss going to her house. She already passed. But I really miss going to her house, going outside. She had a beautiful garden. It was awesome. She loved collecting trash from the streets too. So it was like a little studio room that she had. It was full of crap all over her walls.
Like artistic stuff that she just found attractive, that kind of thing?
No, I mean, I guess whatever she found attractive for herself, it could be a piece of paper that she liked, and she'd pick it up and she put it up on her wall.
Okay.
She had a lot of crap, but it was fun and very, I don't know how to explain it. It was awesome just going to see my grandma. And then, going to downtown area. They have this mannequin out there.
Okay.
Her name is Pascualita, and it's like a mummified lady. So that was one of my favorite things to do. I love anything that's horror and creepy. And so it was awesome just going there and seeing her. She had real nails. If you ever look her up, they say she walks at night. It's a wedding dress store.
Okay.
And quinceañera too.
Okay.
And her name is Pascualita.
How do you spell that?
Yeah.
So I can look it up.
Yeah.
I can't even pronounce it. Pascualita?
Pascuala. Yeah. P as in Peter. A, S as in Sam. C, U, A, L, I, T, A.
Okay.
Pascualita.
Okay. I'll have to check that out. See what that's all about. And that's down in Chihuahua, right?
Yeah, it's in Chihuahua.
Okay. Now, are you from there, or are you from El Paso? What's your story
there? I was born in Loveland.
Oh, okay.
That's where my parents met. And my younger sister was born in Fort Collins, and so they moved us out here to El Paso.
Okay, so from Colorado to El Paso back when you were a child.
Yeah, we were kids, and then we moved out here to it's a tiny apartment. I think it was like a 2-bedroom apartment. It's like one of those really, really old apartments. And I remember being a kid and going to the bathroom and hearing a lady call my name all the time. Andrea. I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck? Like, I'd run out of there como pedo indio because I was so scared. And I'd ask my Even to this day, I asked my siblings, was it any of you? And they said no. But they would hear stuff there too. So anyway.
So what was
it? I don't know. My guardian angel.
There you go.
I don't know who it was or what it was. It's just maybe the place was haunted, which is a possibility. You know, Paso's a very, very old town.
Right.
And those apartments are pretty old. They're still there, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
They're very creepy. And then, you know, my parents built this house. And we moved into the house in Sanelli, which is, it's about, I would say, 3 minutes from the border.
Okay.
Yeah, so we grew up, you know, seeing a lot of people cross and a lot of movement, a lot of craziness. Nothing too crazy though, like you say on the news or
right. I was about to ask maybe about that. Is it as they say on the news, or is it not?
I will tell you my story. I don't know what everybody else experienced, okay, but growing up so close to the border, not once did I see somebody get hurt, killed, raped, beat up by somebody crossing the border. That was never the case. Okay. I had a very badass childhood. I was out on the streets till the sun went down, you know, and my parents would call out our names, you know, but I never experienced that. I had a very happy childhood. And yes, we'd see people cross, a lot of taromaras, which is the natives there in Chihuahua. Okay. They'd cross with their families. Yes, we'd see a lot of that, but no, never, none of that violent crap that they want to say that happens or happen. I don't know about now. You know, I just I keep to myself.
On the news now, it's Humvees and rednecks and pickup trucks like hunting people down. I had to imagine that that's not the actual case.
At least not here, because we don't have rednecks here.
Well,
it's all Mexicans here. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a bunch of Mexicans around this area. So, you know, me being a Mexican and seeing, I would say, my own people crossing, I'm not going to do anything to them. I know why they're crossing, and most of them are crossing for a better life. My parents did that. Yeah. I'm not ashamed of it, because thanks to that, I'm here.
Yeah, and you shouldn't.
I'm here, and yeah. Not at all. Not at all. I'm proud of them for trying to do something and bettering themselves in their lives. And in turn, they did that for us.
Of course.
And so now we're here giving our kids a better life, you know.
That's it. And that's, you know, that's the whole promise of this country anyway, is that there's, you know, salvation for people. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. I mean, I don't know about salvation, but, you know, it should be the opportunity of that.
Absolutely. And you found your opportunity, haven't you? You've gone and, you know, made something of yourself, and you started your 2 businesses there, and you're raising your kids. It seems like it's working out just fine for you.
It's okay, I guess. I mean, I'm not going to say it's all pretty and pink, but yeah, it's okay. It comes with its challenges, I'm not going to lie. You know, a lot of people say, good. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Those challenges are good. That's what gives you the strength, and, you know, reminds you of where you came from, and helps to build your personality and your work ethic and all that. The challenges are good.
Yeah, they are. They're kind of scary sometimes, though.
Yeah, they can be.
Especially with kids. I'll be honest, I don't even remember what it's like not having a child. So, you know, I've lived my whole life in fear that I'll fail, because I just don't want to bring with me on that failure.
Right.
And so that's why I feel like I push myself. Yeah. That's why I push myself the way that I do. And, but, you know, it hasn't always been this way. And I haven't always been this way either, you know. I was a big troublemaker. I was going to college at some point in my life, but I was only, and I'm ashamed to say this, I was only taking advantage of the free money, because I wasn't really interested in bettering myself.
Okay. That's
I
fine.
was still I was still in the party mode for a
Right.
very, very long time. And until I burned all my bridges. And sometimes, unfortunately, I guess it has to happen to certain people where you burn all your bridges and you sit down and you say, what the fuck am I doing with myself, with my life, and to the people around me that love me?
Well, sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you have to hit rock bottom, and you got to make those mistakes in order to realize this is how I fucked up. I don't want to fuck up again, so I'm going to take these mistakes, turn them into lessons, and learn from them, and make some changes. And it sounds like that's exactly what you did.
Yep. Yep. Now I got to thank my sister for that, though.
Shout out to your
Time where
sister.
I was. Shout out to you, Chona. But yeah, she was the only person at that time that opened her doors for me, and she believed in me, and she still does. She believed in everything that I was doing when everybody else doubted me,
Good.
and I understand, but sometimes you just need that one person, and sometimes you just need to hit rock bottom and have that one person say, hey, I know you're down there, but I believe in you,
Right. And that's good.
and
That's
get your
good that
shit
you had that.
together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome. So I'm assuming you're still pretty close with your sister then.
I mean, I don't. I guess not. I don't know how to answer that question. If I were to be in some sort of trouble, I know she would help me. I know
Okay.
any of my siblings would,
Good.
regardless of what happened with this situation at the start. We all have each other's back, regardless of what happened. We love each other, and we'll always be there. But I don't really talk to them or hang out with them as much as I wish I could.
Okay. Well, it's never too late to
Um,
make a change, right? If you want to spend more time, spend
well,
more time.
yeah, but I'm always so busy though.
You got to make your own schedule there, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
No, well,
what?
she lives in Colorado. There's no way that
Oh,
we could really just,
yeah, the
yeah,
distance thing will definitely make an impact. My family's out in
yeah,
different states too, so I don't get to see them very often either. So I get it. So what
yeah.
about,
My little sister though is something is totally different.
okay,
With my little sister, she's like my twin. We're about a year and 10 months apart,
okay,
and but we're like best friends.
good.
Um, yeah. So we hang out whenever we can. Our kids, they're like my kids. Her kids are like my kids. My kids are like her kids. So.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And she's
Mhm.
close by.
Yeah.
Good, good. That means you got somebody to, hang out with, and your kids have somebody to hang out with, and it's great that it's family, especially like you've been saying it the whole time. Family's very close to you, very important. So it's good that your kids are going to get that too. That's awesome.
Mhm.
That's awesome. So what do you do for yourself then? You're busy all the time. You're working all the time, and when you're not working, you're spending time with your kids. Do you do anything for yourself? You meditate? You take nice quiet walks? Listen to music? What do you do for yourself to kind of balance everything out?
I drink and watch porn. That's all I do.
Well, there you go.
No, no, I'm kidding. I don't do much for myself. I like watching movies.
Okay.
So whenever I have time, maybe I'll watch horror movies are my
Right.
thing. That's what I love. I'm a collector.
Oh, well, of what?
I collect action figures.
Okay.
Anything horror, I collect. I mean, I have a Chucky, I have an Annabelle, I have Pumpkinhead, and that's really my hobby. It's collecting.
Awesome. I do the
Um,
same thing with science fiction.
really,
I do.
I don't. I mean, it goes hand in hand, I guess. Science fiction and horror sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah, they very well could.
Hmm.
So,
What is your favorite movie? What is it that you collect?
I, for collections, it's mostly Star Wars. Big time Star Wars fan. But one of my favorite movies of all time is called The Man from Earth. Other people think it's very boring. It's about an hour and 10 minutes long, and it's all just a conversation, and that's it. There's no action. There's no sex. There's no nonsense. It's just a conversation. But what's special about it is if you watch it with somebody else, the conversation that you have after watching the movie is what makes it so special. So check it
Mm,
out one day. The Man from Earth. It's pretty awesome.
okay. Is it like The Last Man Standing from the Twilight Zone? Is that the name of it? Sort of.
Kind of, maybe a little bit.
Okay.
It's I don't want to give anything away. You just have to check it out yourself. It's good
Okay.
stuff. It's good stuff.
What is it again? Because I'm so forgetful. I hate that I'm like that.
It's called The Man from Earth. It was
Okay,
written
the man.
by Jerome Bixby, I believe, one of the relatives of the guy who created Star Trek. So
Oh,
pretty
okay.
interesting. Make some good Star Trek references in there if you're keen enough to catch some of them. So
No, I'll probably watch it. I love watching different stuff.
yeah. So with horror movies, what's kind of your favorite? You like the old time slasher movies, or some of the more psychological thrillers? What's your thing?
Um, I love George Romero movies.
Okay,
So the Living Dead trilogies are
yeah,
one of my ultimate favorites. Yes,
awesome.
never go wrong with that. I love Tom Savini's art. I
Okay,
actually wanted to enroll in his school. I don't even know if it's still going on. Maybe it is, but it's so expensive, and I couldn't really take my son with me to.
right.
Where is it? Is it in Michigan? No, I don't know what part of the U.S. that school is at, but I wanted to do that. That's what I wanted to do. I'm a very artsy person. I love
Okay,
arts. I love anything that you can create. And I think that's why I like the cleaning, because it's sort of an art. You got to know how to clean
right,
so that it comes out good.
right. And because you have so many different clients, I'm sure that it's kind of different for each situation, right?
It is. It's a transformation, and that's what I like. For example, I like to what I would like to do as a hobby, if I ever get the time, is other than paint, is repurposing
Okay,
furniture. Just sanding it down, painting it different colors, making something else out of it, just stuff like that. But
that's
specifically furniture.
that's awesome. It's a very rewarding hobby to have. I mean, you can put it in your own house and say, "Yeah, I fucking built that," or you can sell
Yeah.
it to somebody else and help pay your bills like that. Like that's very rewarding. And it's good for you. Work with your
Hmm.
hands, work with your mind, and really create something out of nothing. That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But like I said, you do need to find that time to do that because it's very time consuming, and I just don't have the time right now.
Right.
But as soon as I do, I'm sure I'll pick something up to do. I actually have I love miniature things.
Okay.
Anything that's miniature, I just think it's so cute.
Okay.
And so I have it's a brand new dollhouse in its box. It's under my bed.
Okay.
And I've had that for about 2 years, maybe three.
Okay.
And I haven't done anything with it.
Why
I
not?
haven't taken it out. I haven't even I don't feel like I have the space for it. I'm afraid to lose pieces.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the time for it. And maybe, you know what, maybe I could find the time for it, but
you can. You can. You just shuffle some things around. Maybe pull it out and put it together while you're watching one of those horror movies one night.
yeah, maybe. And you know what? That's actually what I wanted to do, transform it into like a little haunted house themed.
There you go. That's awesome.
Hmm. Yeah, they have a lot of cool stuff online. I'm like, shit, I could probably do that myself if I knew how to do it.
Right? You can
Yeah,
teach
I'm a
yourself.
self-taught person. Yes, you know what? That's how I learned how to drive standard. And I tell everybody my story.
Okay, let's hear it.
I so I was young and I only had $1,000 in my pocket and I needed a car. And I didn't know where I could get a car for $1,000. And I'm driving down the street and I see this little red Honda. It's a 98 or something. I don't remember. It's a 2-door and it looks cute. I stop, I look at it. I'm like, shit, it's stick. I can't drive stick. So I'm like, hey, what the fuck am I going to do? So I had this friend and he's one of my best friends. He was a mechanic at the time. Well, he's already passed, but he was one of my best friends. And so I used to work with him, working on cars and whatnot, painting them and doing all sorts of crap. So I called him. I'm like, hey, George, I found a car and it's standard, but I don't know how to drive standard. Can you come out here and drive it, test it out? Tell me what you think. He's all like, fuck yeah, baby girl. I'll be there right now. He's coming, baby girl. So he gets there, he drives it, right? We call the owner or whatever. He drives it and he's testing it out. He's all like, no, baby girl, this car's good. I would take it if I were you. So I made the deal with the man. I gave him $1,000 and I see George driving out. I think it was George. Anyway, whoever drove it back home. I'm just watching him drive it. I'm like, okay, so this is what you do, okay, whatever. Just trying to do it in my head, and it just surprises me because my brain is shit. I don't remember a lot of things. And so, I remember my whole family was here and I told them about it. My brother parks his car on the other side of the road to the other house because he knew I was going to drive that car over here. He knew I didn't know how to drive it. Somehow I was able to drive it to my house here. And then, okay, so at night, all I'm doing is looking at YouTube videos and just looking at YouTube videos. And I shit you not, I'm out there at freaking 1 in the morning, just going around the block, learning how to drive it on my own. And I learned.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you just
I was very proud.
You watched somebody else do it, and then you watched a couple of YouTube videos and just sat down and said, you know what, fuck it, I'm doing this. And you learned.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. You know what? And I really, really wish that flying a plane were that easy too, because if a zombie apocalypse ever happened, I want to jump on the plane. That's my next move. Maybe learn how to drive a plane.
Yeah. That would be that'll take quite a bit of your time. So you're going to have to learn a little bit more time management. Maybe hire up some people for that liquor store. Free up some time.
Yeah. Hey, so I was going to ask you, did you think when all that thing was going on with the coronavirus, did you ever think that maybe we'd have zombies walking around? I was really hoping for that.
At first I thought maybe it was a possibility. And then I thought, just like everybody else, that we were just going to see a mass die-off. And then it just turned out you just kind of got the flu and, some people got it worse than others. I mean, that's not to minimize, the people who died from it, obviously. I mean, it's definitely dangerous, but it wasn't what they said it was going to be, 6 months in, you're like, this isn't scary at all. But at first, it was kind of scary at first.
Yeah, it was. And I was really thinking, this is going to turn to a zombie situation, because wasn't there I remember when I was still living out there was an article where they were saying that there was deer that had some sort of disease, like a zombie disease.
Yeah, I think chronic wasting disease, I think, is what you're talking about. They get really thin and have all kinds of problems with their hair and skin. It's really bad. It doesn't transfer to people, though, yet, at least. We'll see.
Oh, okay. That's what I read too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be pretty terrifying if chronic wasting disease jumps over to people. That would be like coronavirus and Ebola and Black Plague all rolled into one.
Yeah,
that's terrifying. Let's just sit the hell at home and lock the doors. Kind of terrifying.
Yep, that's what I would do too.
Right.
But then at the same time, if we had the opportunity to go out there and slay some zombies, I think I'd take it.
Yeah, you think you'd do all right?
Maybe if I took a couple of shots, I wouldn't be so scared to do it.
Well, you're watching up in the movies. You know all the secrets, don't you?
Oh man, but the movies are the movies, and real life is like completely different.
Oh, come on. You can't duct tape a chainsaw to a broomstick? Come on.
No, man, I want to chop off my hand and put a chainsaw right there.
Right?
Which, by the way, I have his action figure too. I love Ash. He's one of my favorite.
From the Walking Dead.
No.
Yeah, the other
Evil
one.
Dead.
Evil Dead, that's it.
Yeah. No, I actually stopped watching The Walking Dead.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just too much drama. You know, I get it. It's a real life thing. So. Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's real life. You know, whatever. But you gotta have some drama. You know, my life is full of drama, and that's how I like to keep it sometimes because it's fun that way.
There you go. So yeah,
I put myself in too much crap sometimes.
Yeah, right. That's okay because you learn from all that crap. You've grown, and look what you've done. You pulled yourself together. You know, made a life for yourself. That's awesome. That's super awesome.
Yeah, and I'm here doing this with you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
And now other people are going to hear it, and you know, who knows? Maybe some young lady out there is going to listen to this and go, "I have no hope. I'm a teenage mom," and then she'll listen to your story and say, "You know what? Maybe I do have some hope." And she'll, you know, get her shit together and figure something out for herself. Could be changing somebody's life right now.
I hope so. I mean, fuck, I don't even know how I'm my life right now. Honestly, I'll tell you, like, I struggled with drug abuse growing up as well, you know, and that's the way I found out that I was pregnant. I was overdosed on a hospital bed.
Damn.
You know,
the hospital told you that you were pregnant?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was overdosed, and my mom was there because they brought me here. I was really bad.
So that was kind of like a kick in the ass for you. Did you sober up right then and there?
No, that was not an eye opener for me. Hell no.
So how did you end up kicking it then?
Once I moved out of here, I guess that's when all that stopped. You know, with the abuse, I just, like I said, I burnt a lot of bridges. I was to me, I was a horrible mother. You know, I wasn't paying attention to my kids. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. I was leaving my jobs. I didn't have a car. All I had when I moved out of here was the clothes in my back and my children. And no hope. That's how I left.
You had to have
and so, like I said, my sister, no, I didn't have any hope at all. I said, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do over there. I was scared. I was going away from everything that I knew, but it was the best fucking decision I made in my life.
Good.
Because thanks to that, you know, my life turned around. But yeah.
So those bridges you burned were the ones that needed to be burned then?
No.
No?
No, they were they were family members. They were friends that loved me. That at some point, you know, they had hope for me, but I kept letting them down. I let a lot of people down in my past.
Everybody.
And so what I did was get away from everybody, work on myself, work on bettering myself, not for anybody, but for me.
Yeah.
And anything that I'm doing really is for myself and my children. I don't have education. I mean, yeah, I graduated from high school, you know, but more than that, I don't have anything else. I don't have anything to leave my kids. And it's important for me to be able to leave something for them, even if it's the memory of a mother who busted her fucking ass day and night to provide for them. That would be enough for me.
Ever leave for them right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's inspiration.
Because if their fathers couldn't do it, because if their fathers couldn't do it, their fathers gave up on them. It's like they have a mother who's got both a vagina and fucking balls.
There you go. Balls of big hairy
like we say in Yeah, like I got fucking huevarios, like we say in Spanish. I got bigger freaking balls than a lot of freaking men out there.
It sounds like it. I mean, everything you've gone through, one of those things could cripple somebody. And here you are, you just getting hit one after the other, and you just keep on going. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So when
So
you had the drug addiction, and then you find out that you're pregnant, and then you make that big move and all of that. What did you do immediately after that? Is that about when you started your business, or did you work somewhere else and just kind of like focus on yourself?
yeah, I was just working somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah, I started working from home. Like I
Okay.
said, I didn't have a babysitter. I was out
Right.
there pretty much on my own. I was there with I was there with my daughter's dad
Okay.
when I moved out there, but like I said, men, at least the men that I chose as my kids' fathers, they've been trash,
That
to say
happens.
the least. Yeah. But you know what? That's on me. That's my fault. But the only good thing that came out of that were my children, and that's absolutely fine by me. I learned a lot, from those failed relationships. I learned that there's nobody in this world that's going to take care of you like yourself.
That's right. And that's a very mature and productive attitude to have.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, yeah. So I pretty much just worked um, from home, and then I moved out of my sister's right away.
Okay.
And about a year after that was when my cousin said, "Hey, let's join forces and start a cleaning business together." And that's how it started. But it was difficult because I was working at this warehouse
Okay.
when we started the cleaning business. Yeah, I was working about 12 hours.
Yeah.
No, it was 10 by fours. So it was 10 hours a day, 4 days out of the week.
Right.
So I'd go to the cleanings in the morning, and then like around 1:30, I'd start driving to the warehouse, be there till 12 midnight. Sometimes they'd have us there working more. And so that was my life for a little bit.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah,
That's a
I mean,
lot.
it's pretty much what I do now. Do cleanings
Right.
in the mornings, and then I go to the store, close off the store if I can. And then I have a little side thing too. There's a coliseum over here, and they have like events. So
Okay.
sometimes if they need me, I go and do concessions there too.
So what's the future hold for you? If you could have it your way, what are you trying to really aim for?
I believe just security for
Security.
myself and my children. Security, financial security
That's good.
is what I want. And
Well, it sounds like you're on the
I mean,
right path for it.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, money doesn't buy happiness. Money, you shouldn't think about money, money, money. I had a person be upset at me because I didn't have time to go chill with her. And I'm like, I'm working.
Right.
She's like, well, life isn't about just work. But I'm like, I'm sorry, but this is my life.
Yeah.
This is my life. And then they start bringing in, religion, the Bible, all this stuff. I'm like, look, I'm not going to sit here and listen to this. I have been doing this for many years. I know what I'm doing. I know what I want for myself. If you're content with your life of just working 9 to 5 and living out on the streets because you can't live with anybody else, that is on you.
Right.
But that's not me. I want a sustainable environment for my children.
Yes.
I want security. I want them to grow old and have something for themselves. I have them working sometimes with me.
Good.
My son's been working with me on the cleaning since he was 12, so he knows that if he needs money, all he has to do is work. And that
Teaches
is the same thing.
self-sustainability and self-reliability. Teaches
Mm-hmm.
a lot of positive aspects in life by doing that. That's good.
Yep, and that's exactly what I'm teaching my 8-year-old.
Good.
She's a female,
Right.
But now because she's a female, she's going to be treated any different. No, life hits us all and fucks us all in the ass the same fucking way.
That's
So we
right.
all got to learn.
That's right. Just gotta take those hits sometimes and just keep on going. It's the only thing you
hmm
can do. I've been hit more times than I can count, and I'm still here. Well, that's good. So they take well to it. The children.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they do. They
Good.
don't complain.
Good.
They know that if they want something from the store, they want something from, my son's a collector as well.
Okay.
Um, but he doesn't collect cool stuff like I do.
Well, it's
If
cool
he
to
were to hear me
him.
right now, he'd be talking shit.
What does he collect?
What do they call those? The little figures. What are they called? You see, I forgot what they're called. I don't
That's
remember.
all right. He collects
They're like the
something that's important to
cartoony
him.
looking one.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he likes it. That's cool.
Yeah.
He works for it. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, no, you can't buy it
Right.
because he works for it. So no, it's gonna kill me. I remember. Yeah, they're like the cartoon looking ones.
I don't even know what those
Anyway,
are.
and so yeah, and my daughter, she collects plushies now.
Okay.
So
What is a plushie?
plushies, just plush toys.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Just like little
Yeah,
stuffed animal kind of things. Little toys.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Which it's kind of annoying because that's a lot of damn toys. But like I said, she works for her money too.
Right. And she'll grow
And
out of
they
it
both
one
do.
day.
Oh
So
yeah.
everybody changes and grows and evolves in their own way, in their own
Well, not me. I still have toys from when I was in high school.
time. So do I. So do I. But hey, I'm still growing. I still evolve. I mean, I don't buy them anymore. I'm not actively collecting Star Wars action figures anymore. Now I buy rifles and axes and camping gear, but still collecting
Mm.
and still building stuff and getting after everything in life. So,
Oh well, I do. I just got myself a creature from the Black Lagoon. I think
ooh,
like 2 weeks ago.
classic.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I've been seeing more of that recently, like online. Are they planning on making a new movie or a show or something? Do you know?
I don't
Huh.
think so. I don't know. I don't know, but
That would be
yeah,
pretty
I've
cool.
seen a lot of that too. A lot of the Universal monsters.
Right. The swamp
I've been
thing
seeing
I've
a
been
lot of
seeing
that.
every now and
Yeah,
then.
yeah. I
Uh-huh.
have a really good friend that collects as well, and he's the one that turned me on into all of that. I actually I met him when I was 14. We still talk.
Okay.
We've been friends since. I have a lot of people that I still talk to that my oldest friend, I met her when we were in we were in kindergarten, and we're like really 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 good friends. She helps me a lot with my businesses too. Whenever I need her, she's there. And my other good friend too, I think I met her when I was maybe 10 years old. But
Yeah.
anyway, this guy, um I've known him since I was 14, and he has a big collection. And he has some really cool posters too,
Nice.
like canvas ones. I mean, he has all sorts of stuff. It's pretty neat.
Have you ever been to Universal Studios out in Florida?
No, not Florida. I've never been to Florida.
No. Well,
Mm.
maybe you should plan and save up and all that and try to get out to Universal Studios for Halloween. It is something else, I tell you. So you go to the park and all the Universal monsters are out. They turn the entire park into a haunted house, basically. So you're walking around, you got Frankenstein and
Nice.
Mummy and the Wolfman, and it's Universal, so it's legit. It looks like you're in the movie.
Yeah,
Like it feels terrifying. It's really cool. You should definitely put that on your bucket list and check that out one day. It's right up your alley.
I I will try my best. I want to do things like that. I
Yeah.
definitely do, and my kids love it. Well, my son more than anything. My daughter not so much, but I don't know. She's changed a lot, I guess. They're growing up, and when she was little, watch movies, horror movies, she'd just be like, "Mommy, that's not real, huh?" And she'd just laugh. But now, I guess she's older, and she gets more scared of things.
Yeah. My daughter was like that too, wasn't scared of anything, and then started to get scared of everything, and then not anymore. Yeah, they go through phases. It's okay.
Yeah, I think that's how my son is too. Yeah, for a while he was afraid of everything too.
Right.
Yeah,
My
but
my daughter used to wake up having nightmares from Gollum from Lord of the Rings. That one scared her for a while.
well, he is fucking ugly.
Yeah, right, right. He's kind of a creepy little guy, isn't he? So,
Yeah.
yeah, that doesn't happen anymore. So yeah, they grow out of it. We all do. We were all scared of something at some point.
Oh shit! Like I used to be scared of the Crypt Creeper when I was little.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh. Like now
yeah,
he's like one of my favorites, he's a
yeah.
fucking classic. But yeah, my brother used to make fun of me. That it was they used to come out every Saturday night. We had our little routine where we'd watch Mad TV and then SNL. And then very, very late at night was Tales from the Crypt.
Right.
I remember as soon as that freaking song started coming out, my brother would he'd raise the volume on it, and I'd go out of the room fucking crying and screaming because I
Oh
was so
no.
scared. And they just laugh at me. God, man, they used to bully me.
Well, that's what siblings are for.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how my kids are with each other. I think it's cute though. I think it's awesome, to have that relationship. It just brings you more together. It
Right.
creates some special bond when you're like that with your siblings,
Right, and
and
you'll tell
I'm
those
like that.
stories until the day you die, and it's
Oh
good
yeah.
for them. It's that social interaction. It's good for them. So the
Mhm.
one thing I regret about being a father is that I only have one. And that's not going to change. So on one hand, I wish my daughter had siblings. On the other hand, I think she's okay. So
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. We got to watch out for ourselves.
right,
I
absolutely.
wish I would have had more kids. When I was younger, I wanted 12, but you know
Wow,
why?
that's a lot of
Yeah.
kids.
I
You
used
can
to
have a
watch
chain
that
of liquor
movie.
stores.
Yeah. No, no, no. A bunch of alcoholics. That's all I'd be leaving.
Right.
No, I'm kidding. But I remember watching Cheaper by the Dozen. And so those stupid movies make it seem like it's so much fun having kids.
Right, right.
And so I thought to myself when I was a kid, hey, it must be nice having 12 fucking kids. I want to have 12 kids. Yeah, well, I started at 16 and I said, fuck no.
Right. One or two's fine.
Nah, my second one was a surprise too.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, after that, I'm like, no, I'm done. No more. Like, I can't do this. And even if I were to come out again, like, no. I love kids. I'm not gonna say no, and I'd love another child if it were mine. But
Right.
I can't. And as kids, it's a lot of responsibility.
It is.
I'm 30. I think I'm 32
Okay.
or 33. I don't know.
Somewhere in
I
there.
forgot.
It
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
I'm in my early 30s. I'm in my early 30s.
That's good.
I wouldn't be able to handle another child.
Right.
I feel
That's
like a child myself sometimes. I don't even know how to handle
yeah.
myself.
That's how I feel too. I'm 36. I got a 13-year-old daughter. I still collecting and playing video games and Star Wars. Like I'm just a grown ass kid. I don't need any more. So
No, there's nothing wrong with that though. You gotta
no, there
enjoy
isn't.
life. No, no, no,
Absolutely.
no.
Absolutely, you have to enjoy it. Otherwise, what are you
You
doing?
do.
You're just wasting your time. And that's all we have is
Mm-hmm.
time. So make it count, Go out there and do something you enjoy. If it's silly, be silly. If it's stupid, be stupid. Who
Exactly.
cares?
Yeah, I feel the same way. I've always done whatever the hell I wanted. And I'll tell you, I made so many mistakes. I did a lot of stupid shit, but I don't regret any of it. I
Good.
don't, because I lived my life and I'm still living it. I had a lot of fun moments in my life that I can sit here, sit back, and freaking laugh about it.
Yeah,
I've done a lot of funny shit, like a lot of shit. Like I got myself in so much trouble. It's kind of hilarious.
I
Kind
think
of trouble I got myself into.
that's half of what being a child is. Getting yourself in and out of trouble all the time, getting hurt, and just exploring your world. I think
Hmm.
that's what it's all about. And I don't think that needs to stop when you become an adult. Sure, you get more responsibilities and more things you have to take care of. You got to work more often and all that. But that doesn't mean you got to stop having fun. Doesn't mean you got to stop having adventures and exploring and getting outside and having fucking fun, man.
Hmm.
It's what life is all about. Do it as often as you
I
can.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with you. A lot of people, they're so scared of failure that they live their whole lives always being too fucking careful about everything, and then they die and say, what the fuck did you do with yourself?
Yeah, right.
What
Life
did
of
you do
regret.
for yourself? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to regret it because they're already dead, but
Right.
shit, a person like me who sees a person like that is, like, fuck, I'm going to enjoy my life.
That's it.
I'm going to do what I want to do.
That's
Granted, like you said, there's responsibility, so I'm not going to go over the top like I used to. No,
right.
I'm going to do it a lot more careful, and I'm not going to do a lot of things that I shouldn't be doing, because it's not worth it a lot of times either. Just to get in trouble for the brush, there's other ways to do that.
I agree. And I think that's a good place to call this good. How about you?
I agree.
All right. Well, before we end this, do you want to plug your business for anybody who's local to El Paso and listening?
Yes, if anybody is looking for any commercial cleanings or any residential cleanings, call Betty Bubbles, 303-356-2655. My name is Andrea. And also, if you want to drink, go to Fabens, and Drewski's Liquor is the place to go for your drinks. We have RTDs, we have tequila, we have whiskeys, we have beer. We have beautiful cashiers just waiting to ring you up.
There you go. Anything on social media? Any other way that anybody can contact you? Anything you want to say?
I do have Facebook only. I don't really deal with anything else, but just Facebook. Okay. So it's, I don't know the usernames, just, I guess, Drewski's Liquor on Facebook and Betty Bubbles on Facebook, and you can see everything that I do. I do a lot of events for Drewski's Liquor, and I'm also starting that with Betty Bubbles. And what I mean by events is I raise money sometimes, or I help raise money sometimes for people more in the biker community. If anybody in that community is sick or in need of, financial assistance with their medical expenses, we all get together. Myself and a very good friend of mine, the Fabens Quick Lube, we get together, we raise money, we raffle stuff, and that's how we help them out. And I also go to events for Betty Bubbles, just, vendors, music, food, car shows. We do a lot of that stuff too. So excellent. If I'm not there, I'm at the events, or I'm sponsoring somebody, the school district as well. So I'm always doing something. Awesome. To try to put the businesses out there and bring some more customers in.
Okay. Do you have any of those events coming up that people can come up to?
There is an event for Betty Bubbles. I'll be out there, and it is, let me check real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's called Sabor Latino Fest 2022, El Paso, Texas. And it's going to be a lot of music. There's going to be dancing, food, a lot of people from all sorts of Latino America, Puerto Ricans, Cubans will be there. I mean, you name it, Mexicans, all sorts of people are going to be there. They're going to be selling their food. There's going to be bachata, salsa, cumbias. I mean, it's going to be fun.
Awesome. Sounds like fun. If I was in El Paso, I would go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is. I mean, that environment is always really fun to be around with. So I'm going to be out there for the Betty Bubbles, the cleaning company, just promoting the business. For Drewski's Liquor, I'll be hosting my first year anniversary party. So there's going to be, I would think, about 2 tastings of different things that I'm still thinking about maybe a tequila and a whiskey. I'm gonna have food, entertainment. A lot of vendors are gonna be there as well. I'm gonna try to see if I could get a few of people that I've met along the way to bring in their hot rods as well, just to take pictures and whatnot. But that's gonna be my next event for Drewski Slayer,
And
that's in June 25th.
June 25th. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Where at?
That is on the address is 120 West Main in Fabens, Texas.
There you go. All right, Andrea, it was awesome talking to you. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you for having me on, and hope to talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this episode of the Best Adventure Podcast. Thank you very much to Andrea for coming on and sharing her story. Hope you guys all enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you. Live your best adventure.